Everybody, my name is Greg Bennick. I like to bring teams together. I like to remind people that they matter. And I absolutely think that all of you matter. And that's why I bought you each a trophy. Thanks for being here today, everybody. I appreciate it very much. Now, I'm an unusual keynote speaker, and I do things in an unusual way. Like I said, I like to remind people that they matter. What's your name? Christy. Can you do me a favor? Can you stand up for 1 second? Great. Christy, stand up for 1 second. You matter to me. I see you matter. You got a trophy. That says something. Christy, stand out in the aisle just right out there. That'd be great. Just maybe a little bit further, Now, Christy, the reason I asked you to stand up is because I needed to borrow your chair. Now, Christy, you stand right there because you have a very important thing to do. I said I'm an unusual keynote speaker. I like to bring rooms together. I like to bring people together. Christy, when I get this chair balanced up on top of my face, yes, I said that. When I get the chair balanced on top of my face, I'm going to give everybody a visual signal. Christy, when you see that signal, you begin to applaud. Everyone is going to follow you. They're going to applaud. We're going to bring the room together with applause. Everyone's going to come together. This is going to be incredible. Christy, get ready. Get set. I'm telling you, we're off to an unusual start. Christy, you can have a seat right here. We're going to come back to you in just a minute. Now, I mentioned I'm an unusual keynote speaker. Most keynote speakers, they walk out on stage. They say, put your phones away. I do the exact opposite. Every single person in the room, take your phone out, please. Take your phone out, please. Unlock it. And what I want you to do, everybody, I want you to open the calculator app on your phone. Like I said, I like to bring rooms together. When we're facing challenges, the way we overcome those challenges is by focusing on one another, reminding the people near us that they matter, paying attention to one another. If you've got your calculator app open, let me see it. I want this to look like a rock concert. I got phones in the air. I need a 2-digit number. Who's got a 2-digit number for me? 23. Everybody type in 23, hit plus. I need a 3-digit number. Who's got a 3-digit number for me? 541. Everyone, 541, hit plus. I need a 5-digit number. It could be any 5-digit number. Who's got a 5-digit number? That's a very simple one. Let's go for it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everybody hit plus. I'm going to come up with a random number for us, everybody. Everyone type in the following number. I'll say it 3 times. 8248097. 8248097. 8248097. Everybody hit equals. I got 8,261,006. 8,261,006. That number mean anything to anybody here? 8,260,000. Wait, what time is it? 10:05? That's really close. Wait, what's today's date? What's today's date? Is today the 8/26? Hold on 1 second. Whoa. Hold on. You're saying, wait, right now? Because it was 10:05 before. It's 10:06 now. You're saying we got 8/26 at 10:06. We got the date and the time as the number that we all came up with together when we focused together, when we worked. Did everybody get the same number? You did? Are you amazed? Okay, good. I'm amazed. Here's the deal. When we come together, that's how we overcome challenges. That's how we overcome hurdles. Now, people often ask me, where's your background? What's your background? And how do you know about overcoming challenges? Well, I'll give you a little bit of personal background. The year is 1958. We're in rural Pennsylvania. There is a dance happening. There's 800 kids who are showing up to go to this dance. There's a line of young women. There's a line of young men. And as the young women are filtering into this dance, one at a time and having their names checked off this list, on an extremely rainy night, there's one woman who's decided to break the rules. Rather than wear a long dress to the dance, as all the other women have, she's decided to wear slacks. Upon walking into the dance, for this transgression, she's kicked out of the dance. This young woman now, standing outside under an awning in the rain, wearing slacks, looking good, but she broke the rules. There's all these other young women in the dance as all these young men start to come in the dance. Young men one at a time filing into the dance. One guy with his new crew cut haircut, wearing a long overcoat. He thinks he's looking pretty cool. Doesn't realize that at the last dance, there was a kid with a crew cut and a long overcoat who started a fight with another kid. And that kid at the last dance had been kicked out of the dance, that young man. So here comes this guy now, totally different guy, with a crew cut and a long overcoat. He walks in not realizing what happened at the last dance. He's mistaken for the other kid. He is kicked out of the dance. Now you got this guy standing over here, and he's been kicked out of the dance. It's pouring rain outside. He's looking around, he doesn't know what to do. He looks over, he sees this young woman over here. This young woman could have had no idea that she was going to grow up someday to be my mother. This young man could have had no idea that he was going to grow up to be my dad. But the thing is, what they did in this moment is they decided to focus on one another. She looked over at him and thought his crew cut looked pretty cool. He looked over at her and said, slacks. He smiled. He decided to make his move, and here I am. Now, here's the thing. They could have given up. They could have decided, you know what, I didn't make it into the dance. 798 kids inside the dance, 2 kids outside, no way to call home, predating cell phones by decades. They could have given up. What did they do instead? They learned to focus on one another. They focused on one another. They created an entire lifetime together. Let me prove it to you. There they are. They're still married. Still married. I call them after every keynote I do and I say, I told the story again. And after hundreds of times, they still get excited. Still married after all these years, all because in the face of adversity, when they were facing a challenge, rather than give up, rather than go home, they decided to focus on one another. We can do the same thing. We can focus on the people around us. It leads to amazing results. Now, I took that advice to heart. And when I was about 12 years old, I had one goal, and only one goal. I wanted to be the greatest coin collector who has ever lived. That's all I wanted to do. In fact, my school offered mini courses after school in all sorts of things. You could learn baseball, gymnastics. I petitioned the school to have a coin collecting mini course. I even went out and found the guy who was going to teach it. I went to the next town over where I grew up, and I paid the guy $5 a week. I told him, I'll give you $5 a week if you come in and teach my friends and me about coins. And he agreed. So this coin dealer agrees to come in. The school sends out these permission slips. We're to write our first choice of a class on the slip, our second choice if that's unavailable, third choice if that's unavailable. Those slips would be folded, handed in, and the school secretary would write at the bottom which one we were signed up for. My life was set out before me. Choice 1, coin collecting. Choice 2, coin collecting. If that was unavailable, choice 3, coin collecting. I folded up my slip with confidence. I sent it in. Next week, everyone gets their slips back in homeroom. People are opening them. Oh, cool, I got gymnastics. Oh, cool, I got macrame, whatever it was. Oh, cool. Macrame. Who said macrame in the last 30 years? I don't know where that came from. Oh, cool! Everyone's opening up their slips. I open up my slip. Coin collecting, coin collecting, coin collecting. What does it say at the bottom of the slip? The school secretary made a mistake. It says juggling. Like, juggling? What are you talking about, juggling? I don't want to take a class in juggling. That's utterly ridiculous. I go home. I'm completely depressed. I say, things didn't go my way. I'm facing this situation at school. I want to be a coin collector. They signed me up for this juggling class. My parents, who have experience and successful, as you've heard, with facing adversity, said, you know what? Give it a shot. I'm like, okay, I'll change my mindset. I'll focus on the people around me. I'll do exactly what you did when you met. I walked back to the school. I walk into this juggling class on the first day. And as I walked into the juggling class on the first day, about as far away as you are from me, there was a kid juggling 3 white baseballs. And I looked at him as I walked into the room, and I said, it was like a light went off in a dark room. I said, that's what I want to do for the rest of my life. I ran home. I excitedly told my parents, I said, guess what? I learned from your example. You guys met, you came together, now I've got great news. Forget coin collecting, forget finance. I'm going to be the greatest juggler who's ever lived. My parents walked out of the room, said, the point is, I actually made a choice, and it led to something amazing. And I need your help. Christy, right? Yeah. Christy, do me a favor. Would you join me on stage? Everybody give Christy a big round of applause. Just hold on. Christy, you can stand right there for me. I see you already juggling. That's amazing. That's called overachieving. Just relax. Okay. Christy, you're incredible, and you're perfect, and you're my teammate, and I couldn't do this without you. Because I could stand over here having explained that I juggle, and people would relate. They'd say, you know what? I feel like that sometimes. And people often feel like this sometimes. In fact, you know more? People often feel like this sometimes. And the crowd goes wild. The point is, I've been on stages from South Carolina to Singapore, and people always relate. Teams face immense challenges. And when teams face immense challenges, when you focus on one another, that's the way through. Christy, we're going to focus on one another right now. I'm going to juggle these 3. When I blow this whistle, Christy, I want you to throw me ball number 4. If I can go from 3 into 4 without missing a beat, if we could overcome this challenge for me wanting to juggle 4, and if we can overcome this challenge together, this is going to be incredible. Christy, ready, set, drum roll please, everybody, drum roll please. Ready, set. Christy! Everybody give Christy a big round of applause for helping out today. Christy, you're incredible. Now, before I let you go, the ideas that I'm talking about are in my book. Christy, that copy is for you. Find me in the break, I'll sign it for you. Thank you very much, Christy. So, point is this, my friends. We overcome challenges by focusing on one another. When I come into businesses and organizations, I customize what I do to match exactly my message to the values of the organizations I'm working with. You saw it happen just now on stage. A bit of background, a bit of Christy, a bit of focus leads to a bit of success. In fact, success will happen time and time again when we build a better now. By focusing on the people around us, making sure that they matter, just like Christy matters to me, and just like you all matter to me as well. Focus on one another. Let's build a better now. My name is Greg Bennick, and thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate you.